Welcome back. We at the Plowbois podcast. Once again, it's the 4th of July edition. We moving into this Independence Day coming up. This is the 25th of June. We talking about as something you could start that would be like a tradition for them to carry on.
It got me platinum in the ghetto. PLACINUM. People in the hood for real, you ought to see them. I know I must do what I can. It's the same place that took me from a boy to a man. Give it all back, homie, just to see us come up. Y'all the same niggas used to watch the laws run up. Now we concentrating on trying to be grown men, watching the earth turn, feeling the world spin. It's a mad tone, trying to do it on your own. One day you're here and the next day gone. Time waits for no one, I know you heard that. Everything is bad when you're broke plus black. I'm dedicated unto my Lord, I pray. Can't see the future living day for day. I'm working hard, trying to climb the chart. In the ghetto, my hood, I touched 1 million hearts. Come on.
In my dream, cause it's all I know. With my head up everywhere I go. Making my cash, baby, that's the truth.
Come on, it got me platinum in the ghetto.
In my dream, cause it's all I know. With my head up everywhere I go. Making my cash, baby, that's the truth.
Come on, it got me platinum in the ghetto. A neighborhood hero.
A lot of people get together, spend time together on this nation's Independence Day. So my question to you is this. Y'all know we got a trip planned with the family coming up real soon. And I'd like to know what y'all think about that. What would be your dream vacation? What would be a time that you would like to envision your family coming together, or you and your spouse, you and your kids, as something you could start doing with them that would be like a tradition for them to carry on. Something that maybe people would see you do and say, you know what, I want to do that with my family. That's something that looks like brings them together. It's something that unifies them. Give me your idea of what that dream vacation would be. I watched something recently, and it was a pastor who was passed away, and he said being a leader, a good leader, means leaving something behind that people can do without you. Something that you taught them or showed them that they can do now that they've learned from you, even though you're gone, even though you're no longer with them. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're dead or you're just not with them. Being a good leader, like on your job, you can delegate responsibilities, and they trust in what you're telling them to that you know what you're talking about. They're gonna go out and they're gonna do exactly what you told them to do or taught them how to do. And that's good leadership. That's trusting. That's belief in somebody that is leading you. So being that person in your family, what would you like to establish? As far as it could be a vacation, it could be just coming together as a family doing something. What would you like to establish to leave a tradition with them? Doc, talk to me. What would it be?
And just forget about the vacation. It's all about starting a business, man. Just like I'm a business owner, and Ken, now my son, got his construction company, and I'm trying to get my daughter in the restaurant game. It's about leading my kids. And I followed my grandmother. My grandmother was a business owner. My dad, business owner. So I watched them coming up when I was young, and I watched them running things and running their own club and store and stuff, and how they handled money, counting money at the end of the day. I mean, I'm looking at my dad counting big stacks of money like that, and I got that motivation, and I wanted to be the same thing. I'm passing that along to my kids. Now, vacation, yeah, that's part of it. We've been going to Toledo Bend since I was yay high to a grasshopper, and I enjoy that, going out, camping like once or twice a year. But to me, man, you can't get rich sitting around at the lake, man, shooting the shit. you got to be, when you're a business owner, man, you got to grind, bro. I'm all about grinding, making money, hustling. I enjoy that more, really and truly, because it ain't the vacation. It's coming back to work from the vacation that I hate the most. So I'd rather not even much take one. You know, I sell mine. I get 2 or 3 a year. I sell that back, try to, you know, put that back into my pocket. You know, because I don't sleep good in hotel rooms. I get free rooms here and there at different casinos, but I never got a good night's sleep. I don't want to go to Jamaica. I don't miss nothing in Jamaica. I don't miss nothing overseas. I don't care about all that, bro. I just care about grinding, keeping the business going, keeping money in the bank, you know. And if people like taking vacation, hey, that's their business. You want to take your family to Florida? Why? You know, Florida, that's not me. That's not me. Never was me. Never was, bro. I have fun going to the Calcasieu River, fishing, you know, and swimming. I enjoy that. Go out there a day or two, 6 hours a day. Come on home, done. I'm ready to go back to work, you know. And what else you was asking about, bro?
That's pretty much it. I mean, leaving that legacy, like you said, you wanted to leave that legacy.
I want to leave my kid with that aspect of, you know, trying to strive to own your own business, work for yourself. Now, everybody, we talked about that in the group chat. Everybody can't run a business. It ain't for everybody. You know, some kids, some people like to be followers, but I just came up trying to, you know, watching people that had their own business and just trying to be like them. You know, that's my motivation. I want to pass that motivation on down to my kids. And if they follow up, good. If they don't, hey, I'm not gonna push them to be something they don't want to be.
Right. You got to introduce them to what you think is positive, and bring them.
Because at the end of the day, they got to live their own life. You know.
True that. No doubt, man. I mean, just introducing them to something that you want to leave. And it don't necessarily have to be your kid. It could be just, you know, a tradition that you start with your spouse. It could be something that you do with your siblings, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever it be. What do you want to leave? What do you want to leave as a tradition that say, man, B-Dot started us doing this, man. We gonna keep doing it. Whatever it may be. It may be going to a trail ride, teaching them how to ride horses. Whatever it may be, you know, we into that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So what is the tradition that you want to leave to those around you after the fact? You know what I'm saying? Being as a leader, as we all should be, you know, what is it that you would like to leave, B-Dot?
Man, that's a tough question, because I guess the biggest thing I'd want to leave with people is just a philosophy, not necessarily a thing or an event, but a philosophy of, like. And I think it's because just through the evolution of our family, we all have different interests. And it's very difficult to get everybody on the same page and break away from their own individual interests and lives and go to something that they're very, very much may not be interested in doing. I understand that it's for the camaraderie and the family networking and the get together. I get that. I think you have individual pockets of that throughout the year, where you have individual groups within the family get together, where, like, you know, everybody can't make it. You know, you got 40 people here, and it might be a different 30 the next event, and then it might be a different 15 at the next one. And then it might be 80 at the next one, you know. So, and everybody involved didn't make each individual, but throughout the year, we've all seen each other somehow, some way. We've all had contact. But that's because of just, like, when we were younger, it's just different, man. When we were younger, you just seemed like you was always around your family. But now, like Doc said, with work and careers and trying and shit, some of us have our own, like, some of y'all have your own families, you know, like individual families. You got your own kids now. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult for you to take away from the development of your own children's lives in your own city, which might be 4, 5, 6 hours, 8 hours away. I mean, Veronica live in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? So she 8 hours away from here. So I want to throw a get together. I want to throw a get together in Lafayette and invite somebody 8 hours away just to break away from their lifestyle. I mean, it's hard pressed to get that person to do that. Because she just may not be that person. Not, I just use her because the furthest one that popped in my head. She may not be interested in what I'm planning. Just like the fishing trip. I went to the fishing trip for 27 years. Now I have no interest in going. Like I really don't have an interest in going fishing, and I tell my dad that all the time. Like I know how to fish. At the end of the day, if we go into this recession and something happens and we got to survive and live off the land, I know I can do that because I was taught that. But that's not a recreational activity for me no more. So when somebody says, let's go fishing for a week, I'm thinking about, like Doc said, I got to miss work. My finances going to be disrupted. Y'all already know my workout's going to be disrupted. So I'm already not feeling good about that. I don't want to miss my workout because that's how I function on a daily basis. For me to go sit down and fish is really just to go visit with y'all. And at the end of the day, I feel like we can go to Oakland and visit. I don't really have to take off a week of work. I can take a weekend and just go sit down and talk with y'all, and drink a beer, sit by the fire. I would love to do more of an event like that, where it's short term, where we can get together, sit down, enjoy each other's company, and then go away versus a week-long disruption. But at the end of the day, I also respect the fact that my family members like to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like Garrett and Kay like to spend time on the lake. And I respect that to the fullest, man. Like to the ultimate, like to the fullest. I respect it. I don't dismiss it, but it's just not something I want to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a fish to eat, I know how to fish to eat and I can live. And I appreciate my father for teaching me that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the biggest lessons that he taught me in life. But that's part of the philosophy I'm talking about. I want people to believe in that philosophy of live your life, run your race, live your life, run your race. Do what you like doing and don't feel pressured to do things from a traditional standpoint out of guilt because they say, oh, well, you're not spending time with your family. I am spending time with my family. It just may not be in the ways that some other people want to do or want to be involved, but I do spend time with my family. And that philosophy, I think it would be more heartfelt for me to send to everybody, every youngster. We all trying to be something in life. We all trying to enjoy our own path. So you can't get caught up living somebody else's path and living in the way somebody else thinks you should spend time. I drive to Oakland to see my grandmother when I can, and I spend time with my grandmother. You know what I mean? I see my grandfather. We don't see them all at the same time unless it's a big event or something like that. Some of us have missed weddings. Some of us have missed. Well, I like to think I made pretty much all our funerals, and we even talked about that before. Where we get together and we see each other, which is not the best time, but we have specific events where we get together and we see each other. So I think it would be more of just a philosophy, just like live your life, run your race, and don't be held back from a guilt standpoint of somebody trying to hold guilt over your head about how you should do it. I went to what was the last one? Caboose, where we was at? In
for Gramps.
Yeah, for Gramps' birthday. Hackberry.
Gramps party.
Hackberry. We went to Hackberry the other day. Doc, Garrett, they wasn't there, but I saw Caboose. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say, oh man, Doc and Garrett should have came. They couldn't come, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. And I understand that. I just had the opportunity. I had the ability to make that particular event. You know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful event. I loved it. I told Black that, man, that was awesome, man. Black is playing this thing perfectly.
Don't worry about it. Whatever you do, don't wake up. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you.
She put something together and she really didn't know how many people was gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But it was just good. I saw Veronica, I saw Danielle, it was awesome to see everybody. It was short-lived, and then everybody went on their separate way. I think that's just the way of the world now, man. We so separated and we spread out. I mean, it's great to see family, but we so spread out now. Family, the functionality of family on a daily basis is not there. You know what I'm saying? So if we that much separated, our lives are gonna be that much separated. So it's difficult to break away from that. And I think short-lived events is the best. I think it was
just
great.
What you want to leave and your philosophy. You touched on that. I thought you was gonna get into the health part of it and how you transform yourself doing the workout and the eating right platform, but you went somewhere else with it. But like you say, it's whatever you want to talk about at this time of what you want to leave. Like let's say Lewis Saint and Pepe is our age one day. You know what I'm saying? And they look back and they saying, man, Daddy taught us that. Man, Daddy took us there. Let's take our kids there, or let's teach our kids that, like he taught them. What would you want that to be? What is your ideal legacy that you want to leave? Doc talked about having them, interested in starting their own business, knowing how important and successful you can be in doing that. B-Dot talked about that philosophy of just following your own way and doing the things that make you happy. Spending time when you can, but not letting that be the necessary priority of doing it the way you did it in the past. Just always knowing that in the back of your mind, you got your own path to walk. And as far as you, Kabi, how would you want to lead? Leading means when you're not around, what you have taught them. So what's the most intricate thing that you could see you want to lead them in a tradition? Something that they're going to do years after you stop. What would it be?
And really tell you the truth, I think I got a kind of unique outlook on this because being the youngest one out of everybody right now, because I got a chance to grow up, see all of y'all from like a little kid perspective. So I took something, from Big Doc, whether that's, riding around in the bike, going from the UGK, fast from B-Dot, doing CrossFit, getting the diet under control, or whether, just being with G, you know how we get down, you know what I'm saying? On the sports, different things like that. But definitely, like they say, pay it forward. The stuff we did growing up when we was kids, even though y'all got to do it more often than I did, whether that's going hunting or four-wheeling or getting on a horse or, going fishing and having faith, going to church, just to continue that tradition of what we learned as kids and get that to my kids and, make sure they continue that tradition, with their kids. So I definitely think, the way we was raised, I think we was fortunate to be raised in the environment we was raised up in, to learn things, what we did learn. And because, looking back now, it's like it was life lessons, how to, like B-Dot said, how to survive, that even if you know, whatever, if it push came to shove and you needed to, you can get it, whether you an angler like, like K-Dog and G, you know what I'm saying, you live on the river, or if you just need to do it for, for survival, like Big Doc say, just go to the river just to chill, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think all those things is definitely something I want to pass down. And like Big Doc said about starting your own business, earning money, like Ramp say, honest days work for honest days pay. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something. If I had to sum it up, I'd say what we learned when we was kids, to just take that and give it back to my kids so they can learn it and let them go and experience for themselves. My grandparents are getting up in age, but the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, they all still got the same, not exactly the same, but similar lifestyle. But definitely just to carry on them traditions what we learned when we was kids.
No doubt, man. That's wise words. I mean, like I say, I definitely believe in tradition. I think that it has a place in family and in our lives in general, whether we know it or not. We leave a legacy. People watch what we do. People see what we do. People take away what they will, and what you introduce them to is what you leave them with. I, for one, am one of the people that brought up carrying on a tradition that was started by his dad and Doc's father, bringing us camping on a yearly basis. And they started us when we were very young, taking us out, showing us how to fish, spending time with us, being patient. And I think about it sometimes with my kids, how patient they must have been to endure, 5, 6 kids, bringing them out on a boat, teaching them just from the ground up how to fish and how to clean fish, how to cook fish, and do all those things, and leaving that legacy of wanting to continue it with my son. I'm bringing some of my little nephews with us, and we gonna show them, what we were taught and the importance of it to us, so maybe they can carry it on. Whether or not they see it as important is their own path, like B-Dot put. But what we introduce them to does have a lasting impression. It had a lasting impression on me. I saw that as a vacation, as something that we would all come together and look forward to all year long. Like you said, like holidays and stuff like that. Now we work and we got our own career, so we all can't get together for Easter like we used to, or Christmas, like we used to. But this is a time that I've tried to keep consistent, as taking off and spending my time and resources to continue doing the things that I loved to do as coming up. The things like hard work, like you talked about, Kabis and Doc, that's another thing that I definitely want to have the impression. My father, who is no longer with me, taught me that from an early age, that you have to work. Now, he'd always he taught me, man, you was going to get up and work. What, go and visit him for the summer wasn't going lay in the bed and play games till midnight, sitting on the couch, chilling out. It was you getting up and you going to work. Whether it was at car washes, at fast food restaurants, whether it was going to work with him, it was working. And he taught me that. He left that lasting impression. And that's what I meant by that legacy, and what you leave with somebody. Whether you know it or not, the things that you do with them and you continue to do, they watch you do, is what you've led them to do. Now, maybe they don't agree with it. Maybe they don't. That path isn't something that they will choose to continue. But be mindful of the things that you introduce people to, especially the people close to them, the ones you love, because that's the impression that you're going to leave, and that's the things that they're going to want to do in life more often than not. I talk to people about this little vacation that we getting ready to go on with the family, man, and I tell them, I'm going fishing with my 93-year-old grandfather, and it's a blessing. And they all like, huh? What? Y'all been doing that long? Like, yeah. I'm 42 years old. We probably been doing it for over 35 years. You know, just something that we've kept going, and I take pride in that because, you know, it's not something that I take lightly because I know how important it was to me back then. You know, if we would miss a trip, man, I was like down, like why we ain't going? What's going on? And I remember for a little while we had stopped going because Paul ran and switched jobs, and we was finding another place to go. And man, when we started going back, I was like, man, we can't stop. We got to keep this going. And we've had a lot of good memories doing that. So I just think that that's one of the traditions that I definitely want to leave. That and hard work. You know, I have my fun. I do a lot of things that I probably don't want to leave, and I gotta check that too. You know, the legacy that we leave, man. They watch that, bro. And I picked up a lot of habits along the way, looking at people that I grew up around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a wake-up call to us all. You know, be mindful of the things that you do around the people that you love, because they're taking heed to that. And there's some legacies that you might not want to leave. Some traditions that you might not want them to pick up and continue. So whatever it may be, make sure it's a positive thing. Make sure it's a lasting thing, something that the ones around you can take on and continue for years to come with the people around you. You know, I got K-Dog with me on the lake, that Plowboy doing that Plowboy thing, man. Lake in the background, sunset on Sycamore Point. We had to catch him on his vacation, out with his family, doing what he loved to do. And we joining in right now with him, asking the question of what type of legacy or family tradition would you like to leave behind for those that are under you. Say for instance, your siblings, your brother, sister, cousins, your wife, your kids. What, when you're not around, would you like them to know that you want to leave to them, legacy-wise, tradition-wise? What would it be? I already got a good idea of you doing what you love to do right now. I'm seeing the pictures in the background. It's a beautiful scene back there, man. Talk about it, bro. Tell me what it is that you want to leave behind as a legacy or tradition for your family.
So what K-Dog wants to leave behind is what was left to me, what I was taught. So my daddy, my grandfather, uncles, my entire family brought us up, not just teaching us to go buy fish, but they taught us how to go out there and catch fish, catch your own meal. You know, I'm out here right now at Sycamore Point State Park, enjoying myself out here with the family, the wife, the kids. We looking at gators. You know, we just enjoying ourselves, you know? So we've been making these fishing trips. I say the legacy has been going on for probably 35 plus years now. In fact, we just came back from Chico State Park, where we were out there. I had Bubba out there with me, my dad, my grandfather, G, Doc came out there, Lil Cam, you know, Paul Larry, my grandfather. You know, we went out there and we had a good time doing what we love to do, you know. And it didn't even have to be to catch one fish. It didn't have to be to go out there and even really wet our line. But we were out there enjoying ourselves, spending time with family, making memories. You know, they may say people have Alzheimer's or people have dementia and they get forgetful. But they never, ever, ever truly forget things that they did when they were... I'm 41 years old. I remember making these trips when I was 9. I remember making these trips when I was younger than 9. I remember going out, you know, G can attest to this. The very first boat we had, I'll never forget it, man. People talked about us because we were called the Evan Road. They pulled us to our spots at times, you know. Look, this how country it is right now. I'm out here on the lake. If y'all can hear in the background, we got the mosquito truck spraying. You know, I'm out here doing this for y'all. I'm out here getting bitten up by mosquitoes for y'all, because we dedicated to the Plowbois fans. We dedicated to the core group. So all the things I mentioned about what kind of legacy I want to leave, it all goes back to the very beginning of how we started on doing these trips, of how the core group turned into Plowbois, how my grandfather brought us up fishing with catabla worms or looking in trees to get catabla worms. And that's something he still enjoys doing. He's 90-something years old. His trees haven't made a catabla worm in years, but he still enjoys going out there and looking in the trees. Still being able to teach his grandchildren. You see that? Them figs, they'll be ready in about another week. You see them okra right there? We're going to cut that. You know, my grandfather brought us up doing all those things. So I want my legacy to go on to where I can leave my grandkids with the same memories that I've had. I can leave my grandkids doing things that my granddaddy did, that my own daddy did, things that we enjoy doing, you know, making a memory, something that can never, ever, ever be taken away from us. See this, all this water out here and all this beauty that God created? That's all we doing. We sitting out here enjoying God's creation, living in God's nature, doing what we were meant to do. God said, let there be water. Let there be birds in the sky. Let there be fish of the sea. The only thing we try to do, we try to catch us a few fish, feed our families, enjoy each other. It's the only legacy I want to leave, man. I want to leave my legacy to where my grandkids, my kids can carry on this memory, and one day they go out there bringing their kids and their grandkids and having them know, man, God is good. He created us with these blessings for us to live in, for us to enjoy. How do you want to leave your legacy?
God is good all the time, my brother. You touched on a lot of key points right there, man, and I'm totally in agreement with you. As I said before, man, it's all about family. Leaving a legacy is going to be investment in people, right? We talked about being a good leader. Being a good leader is leaving behind something that people will do because of you, right? A positive leader, they're going to do and follow in positive things that you left them behind. And not to say that you won't be there to enjoy that with them later on, but there will be a time like we doing now, taking our grandfather, taking your dad, fishing out where they can't take themselves out no more. We taking them out. And there'll be a time, if God say the same, that we won't be able to do that. And we'll need somebody to get us together and haul the boats out and take us fishing, take us camping like we doing now for them. And it's a cycle, man. And it's all about what you see as important, making memories. You know, you could do a lot of things in life to create memories, some bad, some good. But taking that time out, spending that time like you're doing right now, is creating a legacy and a tradition for your family that can endure for years to come. So I commend you for that. I hope y'all have a safe and happy time out there on the lake. Enjoy the rest of your trip, my brother. And Plowbois for life. That's all I got for you, Plowboy. I think that was a good way to end it, man. We gonna be going out to Oberlin in the morning, bro. Let's say a prayer for the safe trip, safe journey. Everybody gonna be on the roads, making sure that we all covered by the blood of God. Plowbois, make sure that we all here at the end of it. God say the same.
When facing the Oberlin Tigers, the main objective for the opposing team, stop Cedric Skinner. But that's not an easy task. Against Falls River last Friday, he had 14 carries for 225 yards to go along with 4 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, it feel real good, exciting. Just wanted to come out and just play hard. You know, it was home game, big crowd, just want to come out there and show him.
Yeah, he's been toting the mail for us. You know, he's our go-to guy, and we build our offense around Cedric. And, you know, he's done a great job all year. He's got to lead this team, you know, no doubt. The kids look up to him, and that's part of it, you know, being a senior and being a team leader. No Cedric, you know, so, you know, he's going to get the bulk of the carries.
Despite there being some pressure in duplicating what they did last year, Cedric still believes this season will be as good, if not better.
It is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of seniors left. I think we really do have, we have enough talent to do it again.
Congratulations to Cedric Skinner. You're the Billy Navarre 7 Sports Person of the Week.
With some sad news, as one of the best football players in recent memory here in South Louisiana has died. Cedric Skinner's death, who passed away on Wednesday, July 13th. Skinner led Oberlin High School to the semifinals in 2010 before going on to play 3 seasons at Grambling State University. A former KPLC Sports Person of the Week, Skinner was incredible at Oberlin, rushing for 3,347 yards and 47 touchdowns during his time at Oberlin. We reached out to former Oberlin head coach Pat Miller, who coached Skinner with the Tigers, who had this to say about Skinner's passing. My heart goes out to Cedric's family, friends, and the Oberlin community. He was such a great player for us and an even better person. He epitomized our motto of long hours, hard work, and dedication, and we will always remember number 26.
Every night, all I do is dream and dream. Moving that, I can see my home in it. It's like yesterday, since me and you was chilling, my nigga, for life. Even though life ain't your game no more, it's still the same though, and me and you can feel it. I know that you up in heaven, wait for me to come and kick it. I'm ready, no doubt. Nigga still tripping for nothing. All of a sudden, I thought it wasn't, but then it came to bustin'. Just lost my baby cousin to the same shit. How much deeper can pain get? I'm ready to aim and click, reminiscing and missing you and all these plans we had. What can a nigga do? Pull out the brew and make them feel it when I say a rhyme, cause ain't no telling when my time coming. Niggas gunning, but I got no time for running. You ain't missing nothing but drama and your mama, I swear. I walk these streets, I pack my heat, these niggas don't care. Until my G's on lock, I pop the top, pull out some liquor for your tears and all these lost years. Yeah.
Our dreams.
Every night, all I do is dream and free. Moving that, I can see my home is here.
How we miss our dreams.
Every night, all I do is dream and free. Moving that, I can see my home is here.
The time has gone by and the years have passed. Trying to block you out of my mind is a complicated task. I managed for my cream, but my job ain't done. Take it from John, it ain't no fun. It's easier said than done. 2, get over you, my boy Big B. You're gone, but not forgotten up in house memory. Daily, I stop and stare, gaze in the air, knowing that nothing is impossible through hope and prayer. So, my big bro, I know you know it happened a long time ago, but it's hard for me to let go. Now CO and also KK and Big Dead doing time for the crime of keeping their family fed. Hold your head up high and avoid the shot, cause when the judge gave you a sentence, he didn't say hi. Will I see you again? I know the thought is scary. The obituary, the cemetery, and then you're buried. Hail Mary.
How we miss our dreams.
Every night, all I do is dream and dream. Hoping that I can see my home is here.
How we miss our dreams.
Every night, all I do is dream and dream. Hoping that I can see my home is here.
How we miss our dreams.
Every night.
All I do is dream and dream. I'm really, really miss my I can see my home again. Always miss our cheese. Even now, all I do is dream and dream. Moving back, I can see my home again. I really miss you. I really, really miss you. Feel me. I'm serious out here. Dedicate this song to my nigga Plowbois. Run side, with my homies that die.